Alright YouTube, I'm back. It's your returning champion of the random postings, but yeah, no reloading. What we're going to have here is a video series documenting my rebuilding of my recently purchased 1993 Quigley 4x4 van. This guy's running on 35s with a 3-inch suspension lift, running a Ford F350 of the era 4x4 system in the front, retaining all of the stock perches for the suspension. So those two, that what looks like an upper and lower trailing arm, they call torque arms, and that perch that the spring is sitting in, that's all at the stock ride height. So that's a stock spring, which, as you can see, that limiting bushing has flipped and turned in, because this thing, the struts are completely shot on, and it needs a complete overhaul. So we're gonna have a lot of fun rebuilding this thing. What looks like terrible rust is actually just surface rust, and there was a slight beginnings of scale here and there. I pressure washed all of that off, and it's dried up nice. Now I'm going to take a needle scaler to all these mounting points. Things like the front sway bar here are coming out, being completely replaced and gutted. Front springs are arriving today. Front struts are arriving today. I don't know how much of this work I'm going to do. I have an appointment to have that work shopped out, just because while I can lift it here, I'm going to have to crib my supports, because the rails of the frame sit so much higher than any type of jack stand that I have. Plus it's a lot of weight, and I have a slanted driveway. That's one of my other concerns. But yeah, we're gonna gut this thing like a fish and just completely take the 90s out of it and make it a modern van life type van. I don't surf a lot. I grew up surfing, but every year we do vacation down in Hatteras, North Carolina. So I want to take this out on the beach with our friends, and currently, you know, guys know the white Mountaineer. This guy is yeah, it's hard to squeeze 8 people in there. It's possible, but then you have no room whatsoever for anything in the back. I mean, the only thing you can fit in is from here back to here. It's literally like 2 or 3 beach chairs. So yeah, as you can tell, it's got the standard Ford paint job of the era, and it's starting to peel and crack and yellow. So it needs paint. That's coming years down the line, years and years down the line. Only thing mechanically wrong with it is the AC doesn't work, so I got to get that tended to. And suspension wise, yeah, just watch this. So I'll give a point of reference here and just kind of watch it keep swaying after I stop rocking it. So we're going to start rocking it and then stop. It's still going. All right, so yeah, struts are gone. I experienced the death wobble on the ride home after picking it up locally. The guy doesn't live too far away, like 35-40 miles away. Went and picked it up, and I was driving home, coming down the mountain and on the highway. The road curves around to the left, Jersey wall on the left, 2 lanes on the right, Jersey wall, and then 2 opposing lanes the other way going up the mountain. Comes down, flattens out, crosses over a bridge, and there's an undulation. On rebound of that undulation, the front tires, just instant death wobble. Took everything I had to keep it out of the Jersey wall. But yeah, let's take a look inside. I've got lights coming. These are rough, not terrible, but rough. These are terrible. You can't see very well at night, and pretty hazed over. So I got new lights coming. Front grill is going to be changed back to stock. This is a non-stock grill. Hate it. Looks ugly. It's cheap. It's not even fit in very well, as you can tell. It just kind of flaps around there. What have I done so far? Well, let's take a look at the driver's side. Again, early 90s had a Viper alarm system on it that was non-functional, and the keyless entry didn't work. So I started pulling off the interior panels. You'll see in a second why. As you can tell here, there's an indicator. This is the color the carpet's supposed to be. This is the color of the carpet we see. It's completely oxidized and is breaking down. So I'm going to literally gut everything. Everything's coming out, and I'm going to lizard skin the interior. But as you can see right now, I'm in the middle of unwiring this harness from the alarm system that was put in here. It was a keyless entry alarm. Neither of them worked, so that's coming out. Hardest part of that job is honestly tracing everything back, taking these splices out, okay, and then obviously all the leftover residual gunk from 20-plus-year-old electrical tape. Only thing I'm going to probably do to the interior, other than possibly replacing the door panels, is reconstructing it, how we kind of want it to feel and look. That may include new seats, but that's expensive, very expensive. So, passenger side. Yeah, you can see these panels. I've had to take the door apart. This window regulator here, or switch, I mean, this lock doesn't work, and this power window does. On the driver's side, I can put down this window, but it won't go up. So I've got a replacement switch actually in the floor here somewhere. Anyways, so yeah, here's the interior. Good old diamond plate, accents. Those are all coming out and being reworked. I'll probably just kind of take it back to stock. As far as the accents on these chairs, I might not get a chance to do the chairs anytime soon, so they're going to stay. The chairs are on custom bases, so that's easy to modify. Okay, basically good sheet metal. Yeah, we've got 1 row of captain's chairs, 2 row of captain's chairs, a bench in the back where it's not going up all the way, and those panels are from the rear doors I've taken off. But it's got a TV topper. So all this wood trim's coming out. Everything's getting overhauled. Everything. So I've got to make room in the garage to place all this stuff when I take it out. But you can see these chairs are all quick disconnects. So you just pop that latch up, swing that arm out, and this whole base lifts out. So it's a quick disconnect swivel. That one's quick disconnect. That one is too. Let's see, is it? Yes, I think that's the arm right there. I'm not positive. I haven't looked at these very closely. But the previous owner put this topper carpet on. It's fairly new. It's in good shape. So I'll be reusing this temporarily as I pull all this stuff out, just to have something in here in case I'm going to go drive and get it worked on, or drive it somewhere. But yeah, the blinds in the back are broken on that side and on this side. That's an easy fix. I'll probably keep the blinds, and I'll probably keep these shells, these things right here. Those shells are not stock. They were done by the custom coach builder that built this in the early 90s. So yeah, let me open this door and shut this one. So that hollowed punk noise is going to change once I get the entire interior gutted, and then lizard skin and Dynamat the interior. It's going to sound beautiful inside. But yeah, so let's get up underneath it. See what I'm talking about? With the scale, just the first layer of scale starting to peel. I've hit this with a pressure washer. I will hit this with a wire wheel, and then I'm going to treat it. Anything that's not stock is coming off. So these running boards are all fiberglass. These are coming off. I'm going to put standard step bars in. I'll put a double on this side for passengers, a single spaced a little bit further up for the front passenger, and then I've got some rust treatment coming. But you can see the body versus the frame. I mean, looks like I brought some bees home. But yeah, just the beginnings of some peppering of rust here on these cross members here and there. Everything else is attached. So like that's a seat mount underneath. That's a seat mount underneath. Body's not rusting, seat mount is. All the way back. There's almost no rust on these body panels at all. Body panels are in spectacular shape. So that's why I picked it up. I knew mechanically it starts, it runs, it shifts decently. The only major thing is that the AC doesn't work. That's the only gripe. But I couldn't pass it up for the price for a Quigley. Front body mount needs replacing. Sounds like someone's setting off fireworks. So that front body mount needs replacing. Everything after the front body mount, like after the front cabin where all the weight is with the engine, that looks fairly new. Looks good. This one right here. Oops, sorry for the angle. This one here looks good. So I just need to replace the front body mounts. The rear airbag suspension is a leveling system for the towing. So if you have a really heavy load on your toe, you can increase the rear stiffness by airing up the airbag. That does not hold air overnight, so I don't know how it will hold air on a tow, but yeah. Anyways, that's the rear setup. Okay, going to, like I said, get my needle scaler under here and the wire wheel, get everything tended to when I change the struts out, and those will be coming soon. I may or may not replace these rear leaves. The rear leaves I can pick up fairly inexpensively, so I may or may not. What are some other caveats? Let's see. Oh, fuel tank. So the Quigleys, when they put in the four-wheel drive system, all right, there's the transfer case. When they put in the transfer case, the fuel tank is right in the way, so you can see Quigley had to modify the fuel tanks. So that outer edge of that fuel tank's just starting to rust. I'm probably going to drain the tank just by driving it around. This thing gets like 9 or 10 miles to the gallon. It's got a 7.5 liter V8. Anyways, that'll make quick work of draining the tank. We'll get that drained. I'll drop the tank and then rust treat the exterior of the tank and see where we go from there. I do know that it has been in a front end accident. Telltale signs, right? White paint. So whoever painted this just did a quick spray. Body panels don't line up perfectly. I think they were just a quick fix. So you can see it's a pinch down here and the gap up there. I can rehang the doors. The fronts, again, it's very similar, but I don't see any frame damage. And the body panels, like I said, look fantastic from the inside, from underneath. So I'm assuming it was a front end accident. I did find some overspray in the front here. So yeah, more than likely a front end accident. But yeah, that's where she sits. It's a behemoth. You know those signs when you go into a drive-through that say 9-foot height? I think we're probably pushing that. I haven't measured it yet, but I would imagine we're somewhere in the close to 9-foot range. So in fact, I need to get that measurement just so I know not to go through certain drive-thrus. So, but yeah, this shipped to Quigley with 12 miles on the chassis. I've been in contact with Quigley. In fact, I got the whole front steering components. That's the main thing they modify. So they build the front axle perches and trailing arms or torque links, and then they take a Moog OEM part and bend it slightly for this. This is not stock. This tie rod, this drag link coming off the Pitman arm up there is not stock. And this trailing link right there is not the Quigley part. So I got all those in the garage. Quigley's been awesome to deal with. I absolutely love the company. They've been fantastic. Super great customer service, even for someone that bought a 26-year-old used vehicle. Couldn't ask for better help. So yeah, I went to Quigley with 12 miles, and then they sent it to a coach builder when they got it, when the owners got it. So this is an aftermarket window. Okay, this was a standard panel van with rear windows, so that's an option from the factory. So these are factory windows, and then these two windows on the side here are upfitted from the coach builder. So this one and this one. When I got it, I pressure washed it the other day, and there's no leaks coming through, so everything's sealed up nice. But yeah, look forward to some awesome rebuilding videos on this guy. See, this panel lines up just about perfect. Same top and bottom, same front. Yeah, she needs a lot of work, and that's what's going to occupy a lot of my free time over the next couple months. All right, guys, it's good talking to you. I'm still alive. Take care.